Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Intuitive Energy Forecast for May 18th, 2022. I'm Arlene Grace, an intuitive energy coach, master numerologist, and channel. I can feel things rising up. So as I feel into today's energy, there's a lot of emotions. There's this opportunity to have emotions mirrored back with the people that are around you through your own experiences. And I say that it's emotions being mirrored back. There is no good or bad. And so it's really, if you're angry and you're seeing experiences where people are fighting or people are arguing or people are coming to you to have these conversations, that's a mirror of what you're actually feeling inside. And when I feel into the mind, there's this, it's tight. It feels like a headache for me. And so many of you may be experiencing a lot of emotions. You might be experiencing dis-ease in the body. And when I say dis-ease, I mean headaches or pains in the body as things are moving through. And this holding on in the mind is how I see it. There's this unraveling. We're starting to see what's mirrored, which is control. Places where we are trying to control our experiences, trying to control others, where others are trying to control us. And so if you were to think about it, if you are trying to control another person, you're trying to control your own body to look a certain way, you're trying to control how you eat, you're trying to control another person, either your partner, your business partner, your lover, your daughter, any children, whatever, it doesn't matter. If you are moving control out, well, then more than likely someone is also trying to control you, right? And so today's energy is that of the Ace of Diamonds and 2, and I'm an Ace of Diamonds. An Ace of Diamonds can really have whatever it is that they want, right? And same as you can have whatever it is that you want, and it's really important to focus on what it is that we want rather than focusing on what we don't want, right? Because we'll get it all. And so it's having a direct focus of, I want to play with wealth. And what does that feel like? Like the emotional state of imagine you have it and bringing your focus to that. What does it feel like to have vitality in my body? Having it flow through my body because I desire to have vitality in my body. What does that feel like? And as I feel into this energy, there's these questions that are coming up, and it's, when you're working with someone, when you are with someone, do you see yourselves eye to eye? Or do you see yourself as you're better or you're less than with them? When you're coming together in partnership, in work, in romantic relationship, when you're seeing yourself with your children, are you seeing yourself as better than them, as more smarter than them, as more valuable than them, as more wise than them? And are you acting on behalf of that? Right? Because that will give you an indication of where you may be trying to control your experience. How do you know that you're loved? Is it an action? Is it a behavior? Is it, what is it? The 5 ways, I used to have the books, the 5 ways that people receive love, which I feel is control. How do you know that you're loved? Is it a feeling that you receive back? How do you know that you love another? There's this underlying core frequency of control with giving and receiving. This idea that I must give and give and give and give in order to be validated, in order to be loved, in order to be, honored, respected, all of those things. I must give and give and give because now I have an expectation that that will be received back, that I will gain that back from someone else. And when you think about it through that lens, that is control. You are controlling your experience by giving unto another, right? I used to do this in the past where in connecting with another, because that's the 2, it's connecting with people, it's connecting with your resources, it's connecting with your lover, it's connecting with your children, it's coming to have an experience with others, and it's paying attention. And so in the past, in my relationships, I remember I used to spend a lot of money. And so I would go shopping and I would buy myself one sweater. I'd buy my partner two. I would buy myself a pair of shoes. I'd buy my partner an electronic and this and that. And I thought that I was being generous. I thought that I was, I was gifting them, but really and truly, I was buying their love. And so it's paying attention to these patterns that we have. Am I trespassing on my own children by desiring something? I know for my children in the past, I wanted to have, a big, huge house, and I wanted to have a swimming pool and a tennis courts, and I wanted to have a lot of land. I wanted to have them to have these huge bedrooms with their own bathrooms and all of these things, but I had no idea what they really wanted. I was trespassing upon their own dreams. And I was putting forth my value in that because really and truly at the very core of it, I wanted to be accepted and loved by my children. And so when you think about that in your own partnerships, in your business partnership per se, do you see yourselves eye to eye? Do you see yourselves as both valuable? Right? Your contribution into this space is valuable. Do you have similar values into what it is that you want to contribute into the world in service to the world? Because even in business partnerships, if one sees themselves as better than the other, then the moment one grows, then it changes the dynamic of the relationship. Right? And so there's this invitation today are you willing to see one another eye to eye? Are you willing to see one another as equal? Are you willing to let go of the judgments, the comparisons, the control? And are you willing to take a look at this idea of giving and receiving? One important question that comes with this is, it's so easy, it's so easy for us to give and give and give and give and give to one another. In fact, sometimes we're really luxurious in our giving. I know that I was. I know that I still am. And am I willing? Am I willing? Am I open to? Am I allowing myself to receive that wealth, that luxury back in return from others? Where am I on the other side of that? Where are you on the other side of that? Are you accepting extraordinary wealth from wherever in return? Or are you closing yourself off? Because in this illusion of control where we think that we can control our experience, there's this underlying energy of, I feel safe if I do that. But in the doing that, we're now outsourcing our own safety. We're outsourcing our safety in our partner. And of course, it's only working if our partner acts in a certain way because we expect it, right? If our partner or our child decides not to respond in the way that we expect it, suddenly our body's unsafe and we're in fight or flight. Same thing with anything else. And so our invitation is to bring everything back inside today, everything back inside, meaning our sense of safety back inside our bodies, our sense of value back inside, our sense of love back inside, and the willingness to give that to ourselves first, right? We can't give from an empty cup. And using the same metaphor as I did earlier on, when I was buying more things for my partners at that time, it was an empty cup. I didn't have money in the bank account. I was willing to go into debt in order to receive that love, that validation, all of those things. And then the pattern shifted. And the pattern shifted to my baked goods. Oh, here, I'm going to come to you with some food. And I would do that at work. I would bring food to work. I would bring food to my partner. I would bring food because what did that do? It created happy hormones in the body, dopamine, right? And of course, then they would have no choice but to love me, to like me, to value me. And so there's this invitation. Now, I'm not saying that it is right or wrong to do that, but there's this pulling back to, well, what is my intention? Is my intention to share an experience with this person? I want to experience buying this gift for someone. I want to experience the creativity as I bake this, and I want to share that with somebody, not for anything in return. I just want to share this experience. It's part of my experience. Same thing with gifts, same thing with all of those things, and the openness and the allowing to receive that in return. Everything is always going to come to energy first. Energy first. And so even in the receiving of money, of wealth, of love, of any of those things, you receive the energy first from your back. And so I'm going to invite you to feel into your back. And is it open? Because we receive from the back of our hearts first. I can feel that shifting in some people. I can feel that shifting in the body. And ideas of it's not safe to receive. Oh, well, what if they stab me in the back? Oh, well, what if they hurt me? Oh, well, what if? Are you willing to allow that to let yourself not receive what you've given out? We receive first energetically, and then we receive in the physical. And so I'm going to invite you to close your eyes for just a moment and to come into the body. Taking a deep breath. And imagine the back just opening up a little bit. And imagine what it would feel like to receive anything and everything that anyone has ever tried to give you. You know, gestures of people opening the door, but you said, no, that's okay. Someone wanted to give you $5, but you were like, oh, no, that's too much. Someone wanted to pay for your coffee, and you're like, no, that's okay, I got it. Let's go Dutch. And what does that feel like to receive? You might notice there's a change in texture in the back. It might feel cool. For me, it feels cool. For some, it might feel hot. This is a practice you want to play with. Receiving. Taking moments in the week to stop and just, I'm open to receiving. What does it feel like to receive? Love, wealth, all of these things. What does it feel like to receive this back? Beautiful. And so today, pay attention, notice, as you are with others, as you are with those in your community, your family, school, career, wherever, do you see everyone as eye to eye? Are you willing to take people off the pedestal? All right. Even your children, eye to eye, no one's better than the other. Beautiful. Questions, comments, please feel free to share and I will be happy to respond. Wishing you the most amazing Wednesday. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. So much love. Bye for now.